Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork, and this is going to be my official unboxing of the brand spankin' new Losi Mini 8T. That is T for Truggy. This is the newest rendition of the Mini 8 series, being that it's a Truggy. It is a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and definitely has a more mean, aggressive look to it. And there's going to be some pretty exciting things towards the middle and end of this video to definitely check out. There's been a couple of announcements from Losi and Horizon Hobby regarding the Mini 8T that I think you guys will definitely want to hear. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. We're going to take a quick tour around the box to kind of see all the different graphics and the key points of this particular Mini 8T, and we'll kind of go from there. So the history of the Mini 8, it's been around for a couple of years now, and was definitely a very great little buggy. Of course, based on Losi's 8 series of 8 scale buggies. They've kind of scaled everything down, but didn't scale back any of the true race inspired items on this this series. So really cool design, and they didn't skimp on any of the things that you'd want in a serious little basher car, or even a serious little race car that you can kind of get going on a pretty serious indoor clay track, or even an outdoor clay track. So let's go ahead and take a look around the box here. Of course, you got the Mini 8 peeking in there. Inside the little window has kind of a scale little atmosphere in there on a dirt track, it looks like. Some key points on here: AVC, active vehicle control. That's something that's built in through the Spektrum system that's included in this RTR. Now, the AVC is kind of like an ESC for your true one-to-one car, kind of like an electronic stability control. So in other words, it's going to help you drive better. So pretty cool thing there. Waterproof, that's something that the Mini 8 was not. So it looks like they've kind of upped the ante there. They added the AVC, of course, 2.4 gigahertz radio that is included, and also four-wheel drive, just like the Mini 8. So onto the side here, see some other key items here. Very similar to the Mini 8, aluminum chassis and shock towers are included. You do have aluminum threaded oil-filled shocks. Losi blockhead Truggy tires. Now, a really cool thing about this particular car is it uses 10th scale buggy rear wheels and tires all the way around. So no trouble trying to find what wheels and tires will fit this thing, and I'll show that just a little bit later. Brushless system, so you do get the new Fuse 4500 kV brushless system, so pretty cool. On the backside here, you just got lots more items that they're kind of pointing out, kind of point of sales in your local hobby shop, and of course that nice Spektrum radio that's included now instead of the old Losi version that came with the Mini 8. On the flip side over here, you're going to get some more stuff about the AVC, or active vehicle control, which is pretty cool. Just basically keeps you on the path that you wanted to go on, but maybe your driving style or driving skill didn't let you go on. So pretty cool. So let's start unboxing this thing. Let's see what you get inside the box. I've got my trusty knife here. We're going to cut these Losi seals on either side. They always do a great job at their packaging and everything else. I definitely dig. There's been so many Losi vehicles that I've unboxed over the years, and I definitely appreciate the time and the care they put into some of their packaging. So let's go ahead and flip this thing up. Might be able to pull this whole thing out in one shot, and it looks like I did. And it looks like there's two kind of sections to the box. I'm going to get rid of the main box here, this is pretty cool. It looks like you got the supplement items in that box, and you got the buggy in this box right here. So pretty cool that they've kind of sectioned it off and didn't make it a complete pain to try and get into things. So let's go ahead and do the supplement box. Let me see if I can figure out how to get in here. Wow, it's really locked. All right, there we go. And let's pull some of the stuff out in here. There we go. We got that great Spektrum radio. I think Losi's definitely upped the ante on RTR radios. As you can see there, just a damn good looking radio, and it definitely gives you that true kind of upgrade feeling right out of the box. I'll go ahead and clip some of these things off. We'll see what all is in these little boxes here. Bear with me as I clip these things. And there we go. Out of the way. Alrighty. Wow. Cool items that they're including in this thing. There we go. I think I finally got this thing all said and done here. So this is going to be your wall charger. This is just basically the little plug-in guy that will get your stock nickel metal hydride battery. This is a 1200 milliamp 6-cell nickel metal, and great little battery, and definitely has a good start for your Mini 8T. So has some EC3 connectors, which is, I believe, an upgrade over the Mini 8. I think they had EC2s, so the smaller ones, or vice versa. Double A's included right in the box, so that's always nice. So you can get going right away after you charge your nickel metal hydride battery. Onto some of the literature inside here. You definitely get the owner's manual. You get a little dynamite manual in here, and then some tools, also the bind plug, a couple of wrenches and whatnot. So very nice that they're including that stuff right in the pack to get you going. And here we go with the radio. So, I mean, they've definitely upped their game on their RTR radios. It just, when you see this, you think, wow, I got a really cool radio, and they definitely didn't leave us hanging here. So looks like you have the typical Spektrum looking radio, DX2E. It's a DSMR radio. At your power button, you got your steering trim, your throttle trim, of course the wheel right here. You also get a steering dual rate up here at the top. And on the flip side up here, you get a bind button, your steering reverse, and throttle reverse. Nice little stubby antenna here. Has kind of a rubbery feel to it, so very, very nice. All in all, it feels great in the hand. It even has the rubber grip that you'd get even on like the DX3R Pro that I have. So really nice, feels great in the hand. It feels like a good quality radio right out of the box here from Horizon Hobby. And let's get on to this Truggy. I have been dying to get this thing in, and with all of the great times I had with my Mini 8, it definitely, when I saw this kind of unveiled at a couple of the press releases, and then also at RCX, I saw this thing, and I just, I fell in love with this thing. I was actually exiting RCX, and I was stopped by one of the Horizon Hobby guys, and he asked me, what's the biggest thing that you saw here? What's the coolest thing that you saw? And I immediately pointed over to this car. I said, look, guys, I hope you guys fixed a couple of the issues that you had with the Mini 8. And, I started looking at it, and he started pointing some things out, and really showed that they've definitely improved a couple of the things that the Mini 8 kind of had lagging. And the coolest thing about Losi and Horizon Hobby is they definitely fix things, and they have so much R&D in some of their cars, it's almost ridiculous. So, I was standing there with actually Frank Root at the time with this Truggy, and also the salesman from Horizon, and we were just talking about it, and kind of showing some of the details of this thing and how they improved it, overall. And it was really cool to see this thing up close and personal, because you can't really do that from a computer screen or checking it out on your iPhone. So, well, here it is, guys. I mean, wow. I mean, this thing is just so cool. The size of it is just so much better than what I saw with the Mini 8. And I think that was the biggest downfall of the Mini 8, was the size of it. It was definitely capable. It had all of the bells and whistles that you'd want, but it was just lacking in the size of it. And when you threw it on a 10th scale or even an 8th scale track, it just had trouble, keeping up and competing and whatnot. So I think the size of this thing And I wish I had one here to actually show you guys, but the size of it, the wheelbase and everything, it's about the size, maybe a tiny bit smaller than a 10th scale buggy, like a two-wheel drive buggy. So definitely cool design. As far as the wheels and tires and everything, I mean, just really, really nice here. The body on it, just screams racing. Of course, that Losi heritage. I definitely dig it. Very, very nice. Take a look at the underside here. It looks like you have your aluminum chassis. This is a lengthened one from the Mini 8, so don't get that mixed up. Get a little bit longer wheelbase. I also see the A-arms are definitely a lot beefier than the Mini 8, so they're also going to be longer along with all of the other suspension parts. Let me go ahead and kill the body here, and let's take a look at the inside. All right, and I'm back now, and I went ahead and got some things arranged here in the studio. Wanted to show a couple of supplement items as well, but I took about 10 minutes here in between takes to just really admire this thing. It's been a long time since I had my Mini 8, and to have the Mini AT here in studios has just been very nice. The body here, very Truggy-esque style, straight off of the TLR Truggys that are out there. Really cool cab forward design, has that kind of monster truck truck look to it, so very nice. Also has a couple of dividers back here to really get you going when you're in air and kind of keep you directional somewhat. So really nice body. Seems very nice. It's a screen printed body, has all of the Losi decals on there, including Horizon Hobby, Dynamite, Spektrum, all of the Horizon Hobby brands. So really cool. Now on to the actual the Truggy. Now I was talking about some things that were improved over the Mini 8, and the first thing that a lot of people complained about was the spur gear cover. And you'll notice here on the Mini 8T, there's that spur gear cover, guys. So definitely very appreciated, especially in the bashing world, that they're including that and that it fits on there very nice. I know there was a lot of people out there making aftermarket versions of it, but this is super nice. Going on down the line here, you do have the Fuse 4500 kV motor. That thing is super powerful, just from what I remember on the Mini 8. On down here, you have the Dynamite ESC right here, awesome little ESC. It's the DYN 480 WP, so waterproof. And then you do have a mini servo right here, not a micro and not the regular 10 scale size, but a mini one. EC3 connectors here, of course, all of your wires and whatnot. Flip side over here, you do have your battery compartment, which it looks like it's slightly bigger than the Mini 8, but same design, and it looks like they have some good blocks there from going into the center driveline. So looks like the center driveline is an aluminum dog bone design. Looks like it's very nice, slightly upgraded from the Mini 8. And then when you get over here, you have the SRS 4200 Spektrum receiver with AVC, so you're able to drive a little bit better out there when you're on the track or if you're bashing. So up front here, you got some overly sized turnbuckles here for both steering and your camber adjustment and whatnot. Oil-filled shocks there. Aluminum body, aluminum cap. Very, very nice design. I love these shocks. Very easy to build. Onto the front, you do get this kind of larger buggy bumper right there, which is super nice. Really thick arms. I don't know if you guys can see the thickness of those arms, but it's a little over a 1/4 inch thick, so some definite plastic was put into those arms. Very, very nice. Back here you do get the Truggy wing, which is nice. And here's a look at the backside as well. Super nice design. It's all ready for sway bars, it looks like. You have the sway bar links right here, or the points for them, so it looks like you can install an aftermarket sway bar possibly. Front as well, and you do also get that in there. Well, very nice, guys. I can't wait to kind of get this thing going. Really quick, wanted to show you just some 10 scale buggy wheels here. These are some of the new Proline VTR wheels and tires, and I plan to run these on an indoor clay track, and you kind of see there, they fit on there perfect. Just slightly smaller These are the 2.4-inch size wheels and tires, and definitely meant for an indoor clay track, but those will bolt right on to your Mini AT. So pretty cool. Can't wait to get those things going. One other thing I wanted to mention, this was kind of the last thing, was the Mini 8 had a little bit of trouble getting an actual race class, and this is so exciting. What was just announced today was at the Proline Arizona State Indoor Championships this year, which is in about 2 weeks from the posting of this video, they actually have a Mini 8T class, which is super awesome, guys. This thing is so versatile that the basher out there can use it. The avid racer can have this thing out at the track. It's going to perform well, and they're starting to make classes right away. This thing was just released. So some of the contingencies on the class is you have to run stock motor, stock ESC. You can have aftermarket wheels and tires. You can have aftermarket servo and radio and your receivers. So, but cool design. I can't wait to get this thing on the track. And also in some of the local bash spots here, we have some very famous bash spots, and I can't wait to get this thing flying in the air. Well, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very, very long video. This is probably one of my longest to date, and I can't wait to kind of show you guys some running video and also do a final review of this thing. I have some upgrades already on their way here to the RCNetwork, and I just can't wait to show you guys. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions about the Mini 8T, please post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.